They called him a monster, a madman, a god drunk on power. They said he wanted to destroy half the universe, but they never asked why. History is written by the survivors, and in this story the survivors wore capes. Tonight, we're not here to defend Thanos. We're here to understand him. Because when you strip away the explosions, when you silence the heroic music, and when you stop looking at the universe through the eyes of its winners, you begin to realize something unsettling. Thanos wasn't crazy. He was responding to a problem no one else was willing to solve. The Marvel Universe loves abundance. Infinite energy, infinite technology, infinite hope. But Thanos saw something else. He saw limits. Every civilization he studied followed the same pattern: growth, consumption, collapse, planets stripped bare, populations starving, resources exhausted. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The universe is finite. No matter how advanced a civilization becomes, it can't escape the mathematics of scarcity. More people, same resources. Eventually, something breaks. Thanos didn't imagine this. He witnessed it. Titan wasn't a villain's origin story. It was a warning. A thriving world. Advanced, intelligent, prosperous, and doomed. Thanos saw it coming before anyone else did. He proposed a solution: cold, brutal, but mathematically sound. Reduce the population, restore balance, save the future. They laughed at him. They called him insane. And then Titan died. Everyone he loved vanished, not because of violence, but because of inaction. That moment didn't turn Thanos evil. It turned him certain. Because nothing is more dangerous than being right too late. Heroes react. Thanos planned. The Avengers fight symptoms, not systems. Aliens attack, punch them. Threat appears. Contain it. But Thanos asked a deeper question. What happens after the victory parade? When the cities are rebuilt? When populations grow again, when consumption resumes, heroes protect the present. Thanos was trying to protect the future, and that's where the moral divide begins. Let's be honest. If you were given two options, let the universe collapse slowly, painfully, chaotically, or make one irreversible decision to prevent it, most people would choose inaction. Not because it's right, but because it feels cleaner. Thanos chose the opposite, not because he enjoyed it, but because he believed someone had to. And here's what makes him terrifying. He didn't exclude himself. Kings died, children vanished, heroes turned to dust, and so did people Thanos loved. A tyrant protects his own, a fanatic exempts himself. Thanos did neither. That doesn't make him good, but it makes him something far more dangerous, consistent. The heroes call Thanos immoral, but morality without consequence is just comfort. No Avenger offered an alternative solution. No council proposed population management. No cosmic government addressed universal scarcity. They just said, this is wrong. But wrong doesn't solve extinction. Thanos wasn't asking to be liked. He was asking to be effective, and effectiveness is rarely beautiful. This is where people stop listening. Because half the universe dying sounds unforgivable, and it should. But Thanos wasn't driven by hatred. He wasn't targeting races. He wasn't seeking domination. His solution was random, impartial, unbiased, unemotional. That randomness wasn't cruelty. It was an attempt at fairness. The universe didn't suffer because Thanos hated life. It suffered because he loved it enough to make a decision no one else would carry. A decision that was monstrous, yes, but to him, necessary. After the snap, Thanos didn't rule. He didn't build an empire. He didn't demand worship. He didn't sit on a throne. He retired to a garden, to silence, to solitude. That's not the behavior of a conqueror. That's the behavior of someone who believed his purpose was complete. A villain seeks power. A madman seeks chaos. Thanos sought balance, and when he believed it was achieved, he walked away. The Avengers reversed the snap, and the universe cheered. But ask yourself quietly, did they fix the problem, or just reset the clock? Populations returned, resources remained finite, consumption resumed. The heroes restored what was lost. They didn't prevent what was coming. Thanos lost, but his question still hangs in the air. What happens next time? Thanos terrifies us because he reflects something we don't want to face. That survival sometimes demands sacrifice. That morality isn't always gentle. That good intentions don't stop collapse. We want villains to be wrong, because if they're right, then we have to change. And change is harder than condemnation. Thanos wasn't born evil. He was shaped by watching his world die, being ignored when it mattered, carrying the burden of foresight alone. He didn't trust the universe to save itself. And maybe that was his greatest flaw. Not cruelty, not madness, but hopelessness. So no, Thanos wasn't crazy. He was a man who looked into the future and chose certainty over hope. The heroes believed the universe would find a way. Thanos believed it wouldn't, and between those two beliefs, half of existence disappeared. The real question isn't whether Thanos was right. The real question is this: if the universe faces collapse again, will we finally solve the problem? Or will we wait for the next villain to do it for us? Because every story has another side, and this was the Villain's POV.